So if you are a returning viewer, you may have noticed that I've never thrown up any graphs or usually spoken about graphs. And there's a few reasons behind this. Well, um, for one, everybody's doing graphs, and that's not why I'm avoiding it. I've just never been into graphs. It just gives you a very general aspect of what a device can do, be it IEMs, headphones, speakers, earphones, you name it. It just gives it a general idea as to, okay, this is its overall frequency response. And if I'm not mistaken, usually those frequency responses are taken with a frequency sweep. So these things are mounted onto microphones and all that stuff. And one tone is passed through and it records at what decibel level it comes through. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I'm open to learning new things, of course. But when it comes to this and listening to music, these are two very different things, because if you're playing a single tone to record a frequency response, I'm not listening to it that way. I certainly am not. So you're getting that one driver to only exercise with that one frequency, that sweep. Whereas when you listen to music, everything is happening. You're listening to your drums, your snare, you're listening to percussive instruments, you're listening to vocals, you're listening to violins, cellos, string instruments, wind instruments, you name it, echo, reverb. Everything is coming to you in one, in one shot. So how does that driver manage that when it comes to its overall frequency response, for one? Two is, you can't measure soundstage and imaging really. It's something that comes with experience. In the sense, you have to hear it or absorb it and listen to it to really get to know that, which is why I'm kind of really upset that a lot of these demo rooms and all have been going extinct. You can't really listen to many speakers if you want today. You can't listen to headphones and earphones if you want today. There was a time when you could do this. That era seems to have slowly just phased out, which is extremely sad. So, I mean, as much as I enjoy doing reviews over here on YouTube, I would always prefer if you do want to pick up a product, see if you can listen to it, get your hands on it, feel it, experience it, listen to it, because the way you perceive soundstage and the way I do will be different. The frequency responses that you like, I may not like. So it's a very subjective matter. It's a matter of really getting to know what your own tastes are, what you like, what you don't like. So yeah, that's the whole thing with measurements. The thing is, it's come down to a science where they're trying to be so particular about it. They're trying to be so fixed about, this is how it is, so this is how it's done. And the thing is, my approach to this whole thing is, I don't like to look at audio from a scientific method, because yes, do your research, do your R&D, do what you need to do, make a terrific sounding speaker and a headphone. By all means, do that. I'm not stopping you. But when it comes to experiencing music, I think that is something that should be something that's very private. It should be very emotional. Music and sound is something that have taken me out of some very dark places. So I myself look to music as sort of a healing factor. So I don't look at measurements and say, hey, this speaker is going to make me feel good. That's usually not how it works with me. It might work with other people. If you're buying a speaker to impress your neighbor or something, fine, go ahead, no issue. But a speaker, headphone, and IEM or earphone is supposed to be an intimate thing. It's supposed to be between you and your music. It's time you'll take out to really connect with a song that connects with you. It can take you back to your youth. It can take you back to your college days. It can, remind you of an uncle's wedding you went to or something when you were a kid. You never know. But a measurement does not translate that. A measurement will never tell you that, okay, the way it handles certain things like its timbre and so on are going to make you feel like a child again. And that's my biggest gripe with the whole measurement thing. So, I mean, as much as it makes sense to look at graphs to understand it a little bit better and to see what peaks here and there, I mean, okay, if that's your thing, no issue. But at the same time, you can't quantify an emotion through graphs, which is what I try to do. Which is when I give you guys a review, I try to speak about it. I try to break up the highs, mids, lows, the timbre, the imaging, the stage, volume, because there is a human aspect to it. It is analog at the end of the day. So I'm going on a rant, so I think I need to stop now. But yeah, basically I'm saying these are the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of measurements. And if you are, I mean, good for you, kudos to you. If it gives you happiness, I'm happy for you. But if you guys are wondering why I don't do that, here's a quick answer. And I hope it's giving you a slightly better understanding of my approach towards audio, of course. Of course, I will see you in the next video. Bye.